My people, the Ooni of Ife don vex. Yes. In a very, very long time, they never see Ooni. They never see Ooni vex like this. Yes, and Ooni has come out to be very, very furious at Reverend Funke. Hey, my people, this one no be small thing, no. According to him, Reverend Funke has failed him, and Ooni has literally confided everything in Reverend Funke since the point Naomi left the palace down till today. According to him, why is it that Reverend Funke didn't let him know that she was the reason why Naomi left, that she was part of the people who advised her, encouraged her to leave the palace. My people now waiting, they go on right now be that. And based on waiting with the here, allegedly, Kabiyesi don't come out to call the woman of God, the renowned woman of God that we know very, very well, Reverend Funke, on the role where she don't play on Olori Naomi leaving the palace. So my people, let me take you on a quick one. The moment Olori Naomi left the palace, one of the people, Kabiyesi looked up to, that would tell Naomi to come back, that would tell her that she has to stay in her marriage, was Reverend Funke. And then, Reverend Funke has always been in the picture of this whole thing, right from the beginning. And then there was a time that Kabiyesi came out to give her accolades for trying so much that his marriage should work, for trying every single thing within her power to make sure that his marriage reunites and comes back to what it used to be. Yes, but what we are hearing allegedly now is based on the fact that Olori Naomi had a preaching where she mentioned that when she went into marriage, there was something she pictured. There was a kind of marriage she wanted to see. But based on facts, now one or two say she no come see that kind of marriage. It can make her quite discouraged. Yeah, she come there very, very discouraged. And here we are today. The marriage did not play out the way she wanted. She wanted to appear as one of the persons with the best and perfect homes, but it wasn't like that. And na through that process, oh my people, na through that process, na in we become dey understand say Reverend Funke had a very, very vital role. Reverend Funke knew the moment Naomi was leaving the palace. She knew before Naomi left the palace. She knew every single thing that happened. So now Kabiyesi's most concern is that why you no tell me? Yes, this one na person marriage, oh. Yes, na person marriage, but the other person, hey God, my people, Reverend Funke, if she really, really knows much like Kabiyesi is saying, then why didn't she let Kabiyesi know? You know that her coming out to let Kabiyesi know, it will not have even been any offense. People like the Ajere Eze pastor, Esther Ajayi, Reverend Jeremiah, all of these people put together, we know them to be people who have always been on this case of Olori Naomi returning back into the palace, staying in the palace, or leaving the palace. Since she left the palace, we know that this set of persons have always been on this case. Yes, but why Reverend Funke coming out all of a sudden on a bad note with Kabiyesi? It is very, very disappointing, because according to Kabiyesi, why didn't she tell him that she knew something about it? So this kind of thing is a pain. Yes, the pain where because at the high esteem where Kabiyesi hold Reverend Funke like this, e no suppose be so. Yes, e no suppose be so. So wetin Reverend Funke for just do na to just let Kabiyesi know, say before Naomi left the palace, this and this and this, so na wetin me I bin know be this, so na wetin me I bin know be this, so and based on every single thing, I really, really want her to return back into the palace. And Kabiyesi would have perfectly understood. But my people, it's going to be 2 years. A whole 2 years next month, Reverend Funke kept this away from Kabiyesi, and Kabiyesi finding out permit him to be furious. So yes, permit that man to be very, very furious, because now most of us have come to understand the rate at which he's been frustrated and angry. Because what? In the midst of still fighting that Naomi should come back, he carried Reverend Funke along. Yes, he carried her along. He let her know every single thing that was happening, every single thing at all. He will let her know. So all of these things that she's doing, she's doing. I think there was a point in time that Reverend Funke even called Naomi over to her house, that she wanted to talk to her concerning her remaining in her marriage. Those are very good avenue channels that she would just reach out to Kabiyesi and tell Kabiyesi that, Ooni, see you, before now this was what happened, but presently this is what I'm fighting for. I want your wife to return back to you. She didn't do this, she didn't do that. And it has gotten to the point that the Ooni himself has come to find out that Reverend Funke had something to do with it. But he would not have found out if only Naomi did not preach to talk of her marriage, to talk of a failed marriage she had. According to her, she had a failed marriage. Yes, it did not come out the way she wanted. Her marriage did not so play out the way she pictured every single thing. So she ended up being disappointed. Yes, that's according to Naomi. She ended up being kind of disappointed with her marriage. But my people, if you still want to look into this very thing right now, you will still understand that no matter how bad this whole matter be, Reverend Funke should have at least let Kabiyesi know. But you know that for a fact that she's a renowned woman of God that people respect, people cherish, people hold at high esteem. Kabiyesi, he said he's trying so hard to channel his anger, because what? She's a woman of God, and he wouldn't want it to be known that, they only did this, only did that. Moreover, Ooni has already said that he's a king for all. Yes, he's a king for all, and he wouldn't want it to escalate to a point that they will say, this is what he did to a woman of God, this is what he did to a servant of God, this is what he did to an anointed personnel of God, because the Bible says, touch not my anointing and do my prophet no harm. So he's trying so hard to be considerate on all of those parts, but yet you will still agree with me that on this very note, Reverend Funke did wrong. Yes, oh my people, she did very, very wrong. How can you know such a thing and you will not let Kabiyesi know? Because Kabiyesi now he's asking that, so you knew all this why my wife left me? You knew she was leaving. You knew she was going to pack out of the palace, but you stayed there as a spiritual advisor over her life, and you said nothing. Like, you said nothing until this day. You have said nothing about it. It's worth being angry. Oh. Yes, it's worth being angry, considering how much he cares and he loves her. This anger right now, we don't know how it is going to end between the both of them, because Reverend Funke, she's a very, very outspoken person. If you have seen her videos where she's advising women about their marriages and the rest, she's very, very outspoken, and she can go ahead to say whatsoever she wants. But I just hope that whatsoever she's doing, whatsoever she's going to say to Kabiyesi, whatsoever she's coming out to say to Ooni of Ife, she should be very, very careful of the word she will put out, because the man is already angry. Yes, you don't do things to people like this. Someone is trying to nurture his home, trying to grow his home, and then you are one side as a marriage counselor, marriage advisor, telling the wife, do this, do that, do that, do that. How about now? They don't do things like that. But right now, my people, now waiting day ground be that too. Now waiting day be that Reverend Funke has crossed the line with Kabiyesi, and Kabiyesi is extremely angry. Yes, he's angry, and all of us have come to understand the reasons why Kabiyesi is angry. Yes, so my people, now so the whole matter take be. But right now, you go still agree with me, say Kabiyesi has every single reason to be angry. Yes, he has every reason to be angry.